Is it working?
No, it's not.
Hello? Oh, okay, it's working. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this panel. Really glad for everyone to be here. We're going to be talking about how actors and talent pushes storytelling to the next level and across borders, and that's what we're going to be doing here today. I know everyone's here for Mike, as you can see by the signs. So
No, they're not.
We're gonna kick it off. Let me introduce the panel to you. On my right is Mike Angelo, Mike Pirat, who started as a duo with his brother in a pop band, transitioned to become a very well-respected actor, and is now famous around the world, including in Thailand and in China. So welcome to the panel. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Cod.
Further down is Kun Nam, one of the Thai talent that has transcended borders completely because she's in a completely Western show. The show is called Bling Empire New York, and she did really well there and developed a bit of a fan following and a cult following. So thank you so much for joining us today. And last, Kun Chayadam, who's joining us as the head of the film committee under Taka and responsible for everything that's gone right today and helping out here. So thank you so much.
No worries.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna start with you, Mike. Tell me about the journey. Tell me about moving to China and how easy it was as a Thai to transcend that border and become a main actor in China, and what were the challenges that you faced?
Well, first of all, I just wanted to say it's not easy at all. It's not an easy path to go to China without knowing the language. The only barrier for me at that time was the language and the cultural assumptions. And back in the days, I went there without knowing anything or anyone, and but I just feel like I just have to go, you know. And so I went there, and I don't speak Chinese. I don't know any Chinese, but I went there anyways. And my first series was like the ancient Chinese series, which was very hard, and the language is very hard too as well.
And you didn't speak Chinese?
I don't speak Chinese. I can say like a little like ni hao,
Yeah.
like 谢谢. Like I guess like most of you guys can say it. But I chose the hard way, you know. So it's of course it's not gonna be easy. But yeah, I made the right decision to go at that time, and it was the right timing, and there was not that many Thai who went to China.
Do you find that journey rewarding now that you're one of the few Thais that have made it internationally? Do you think it was worth it, even though it was very hard?
Of course it's worth it, yeah. Of course it's worth it. And I mean, I like working in China. Actually, to be honest, their system and everything is like better than in Thailand in a way.
We're going to come back to that. That's an important point.
Yeah.
We're going to come back to that.
All right.
We'll get into the problems later. We're moving on to Kun Nam. We'll come back, I promise. Kun Nam, you weren't an actress. You didn't start out acting, not in the film entertainment. How did your journey start?
So I was studying in New York at the time, and then my friend was friends with the scout who was looking for the reality TV series, and then they just kind of hooked us up, and then it was interviews and auditions, and after that, so in that sense, I think I kind of got lucky, but I think it was still a very long process.
And was it something like you must have seen reality before they cast you, and you would have been like, "Oh my God, it's the Kardashians, it's Desperate Housewives." What was the process like once you were actually in? Like, is it everything that we see on screen, or is it a lot of scripted, unscripted? What's the balance?
So it's not scripted, it's unscripted. However, a TV show is a TV show at the end of the day. Yeah.
Right. And did you have trouble as someone with not a thespian background to jump into acting? It's sort of acting, but it's you know.
I think it's a lot of improvisation. So to be honest, not too much, because they just kept the cameras rolling until they got what they wanted. And if they didn't get what they wanted, they would just stop and then move on to something else. So not too much.
Did you enjoy it?
I wouldn't say I enjoyed it, but I think it was an interesting time. But afterwards, it was worth it, I have to say.
And would you do it again if there was another Bling Empire season? Or would you like to transition into fictional
I would
characters?
like to transition into fictional characters.
Okay, excellent. Last, Kun Adam,
Yep.
I'm gonna throw a slightly different curveball at you, and I
Sure.
want to say, how can we get more Thai talent to become international instead of just localized?
Well, from listening to both of them, the important thing is how can we prepare such a person to be like very international known stars? We can have a look at like the music industry as an examples that they have like a stronger infrastructures in recent years, not like before. But we don't have that much infrastructure to take it further. Take a look at this. In K-pop industry, Bam Bam, 10 NCT, 10 Bam Bams and Lisa, they all growing from like a background of being like a humble persons, like in the suburbs of in other places, Buriram or other provinces. And through that, there's actually one organizations run by the Princess Wonrat, which is called To Be Number One, right? And that provided the infrastructure for them to be able to dance, to sing, and to dance, to sing, to do things that they want as an artist. And with that, they have like adequate skill sets to be able to audition and to go abroad. And with that means that they have something that, you know, the look, the vibe, the look, the skills, and with that, the other can pick them up and take them out. The point is that with actors, you know, in this industry, we don't have adequate supplies or infrastructures to help leverage those actors abroad. Most of Thai actors doesn't even know. They never go abroad unless this is on holiday, and they never attend the festivals. They never know who this director was or that was, you know, let alone watching films. And so they don't have enough tools or skill sets to be able to compete on world stage. I was like in an event in Singapore almost every year actually, but last year, and I found out that all the Indonesian actors, the Filipinos, Singaporeans, the Taiwanese, you know, they are very good. They you know, they have like very good postures. They speak English. Maybe they speak 3 languages or 4 languages, and they are able to match up with other production houses. They know everyone around. You know, so they've been in the industry long enough that they certainly can land a jobs in other places except their own countries. But with that, I think that the Thai needs to adapt fast to move, you know, to the international stage.
I mean, and that's why someone like Mike is really impressive, because
Yes.
he's able to move to another country,
Yeah.
learn a new language,
Yeah.
and act in that language.
And he did it on his own, which is sad. You know, we don't have the view and we don't have companies, we don't have agents, we don't have talent managers, we don't have those infrastructures around them.
Law
you know, the
firms.
publicists, law firms, entertainment lawyers, you know, those people who can provide all this knowledge, you know, to help propel one actors abroad. And with that, like a person like Mike or Pu, you know, Paya, right, and others, they've been fighting hard on their own to get on this world stage, and that's sad. And we need to change. We need to kind of like provide more training for these people to be able to help these actors to go out.
I want to jump on that point and go back to you with what you were saying earlier. Could you have more, like what is the difference between the support that you get in China as an actor and a celebrity than the one here, and why do you think it's more supportive in China?
Well, first, why are you laughing? I haven't said a thing. Well, first of all, I think it's the first most important thing is, I think, the budget. In Thailand, the budget is really low, and like you know, in order for us to do like a really high production scale production, we can't really do it. I mean, I've been doing Vamp the series. I have been like trying to produce my own stuff, but like, you know, in order to do such a high production quality, we requires a certain amount of budgets, which we don't have that in Thailand. Like comparing to China or any other countries, like I've done like Hollywood films too as well. Like I don't feel like as tired as when I was filming in Thailand. In Thailand, I have to film like maybe until like morning, but in China, in Hollywood, like we only work like 12 hours, 10 hours, or 8 hours some days, and that's it. That's because they have enough budgets, and so the actors when we work, we are not that tired, so we can focus more on the acting, on the script, on the production, But the thing in Thailand is that it's not just about the skills; it's also the structural supports as well. Like for instance, like international marketing. Co-productions, and that's what gonna put like Thai actors out on the map, and also language is another thing, and also what is that called? Determination? No, not. I forgot that word. I forgot in Thai too.
Okay, never mind.
The will.
I forgot that word in Thai.
Willpower.
The willpower.
The willpower, yeah, the willpower, and I've asked a few of my friends, like, don't you want to go out like abroad, like, and they are like,
Good enough.
yeah, they're already satisfied with what they have, and they don't want to like, work harder than that, I mean, it has been like a question like why, because I've been out there before, and it's a lot better, like the world is big, it's bigger, and like we still think in the box, So in order for us to like, go out there, I think we need to think out of the box and not do like the stereotype thing.
Yeah, but I think you bring an interesting point, which is some international countries or countries that work with that have good film infrastructure limit the amount of hours that people can work in a day.
Yes.
They give support to the actors, not just the actors, but the crew.
Yeah.
The crew, the cast, the directors, the producers. They limit it. They have strong unions. If we had something like that, do you think it would help the acting quality, the quality of productions?
Part of it, yeah. But in Thailand, if you ask for those requirements, they're gonna say like "Oi, leung mak,"
Yeah.
which is not.
Yeah.
Like for example, like this is a really good example. Like in China, I asked for like the motor car,
Yeah.
like the car, like the big car where you can rest inside and like dress up and stuff. It's not that like, oh, you're acting like a big star and stuff, but I requires it because it helps with my focus from my acting. I have a place, like a quiet place for me to read the script, to get ready, to be alone and like, focus on the script. Like, okay, what's the next scene? Even dressed up, like everything is faster, like, or even like the restroom and stuff, But when we don't have those in Thailand, like we have to suffer a lot from like, surrounding sounds, like not being able to focus and like slow work pace,
Or working until like 1 a.m. and then call time is 6 a.m.
I used to work until like 4 a.m. and then 6 a.m. they call me up again.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Kunam, as someone who worked on more international projects, was there a lot more support for you and talent coming from production?
Yeah, yes, I really think there was. So when I would tell some of my friends who I know are actors here, like how they treated you or like how the set was and how the production was, they would tell me that like, that's a lot. And from what I know, like that is actually basic in the States. Like this is actually like standard level. I'm pretty sure there's even more. But then when I tell them here, they were like, that would be like for top level productions here, or maybe.
What are some of those things?
So you would have someone who would take care of you individually, asking you if you're okay, and then like if you're okay to do the scene, they would push you, but then they would also respect your boundaries. There's someone that you can go to, and then they would then talk to the director or the producers for you. So in almost each step of the way, you did feel supported. Like even though filming is hectic, but in a lot of ways, I think they do support you and they respect your timing and everything. So let's say if you film late, then they would be like, okay, the call time would be pushed back, so we could rest a bit.
Yeah, Mike's looking at you like that doesn't really happen. And Kun Adam, as a director as well, not just
Yeah.
the head of the Soft Committee, how do you take care of your actors, and what can the industry do better to?
It's because of the market size of difference, the way that we need to, if we want to support more, we need to think more. I think a lot of production has been like kind of like pushed back lately to get what they want. If they want to get more budgets in, if they want to get more incomes, you need to produce better projects. With better projects mean that you need to have like a certain standards put in place. For example, like some of my series, my recent series, like last two series are shot on 12 hours basis rather than 16 hours basis. And we have like at least turnaround time of 12 hours. So I mean, turnaround times mean that if you finish like your work day, then you need to have like 12 hours rest before the next shoot begins. So if you shoot at night time, that means that you're gonna have to skip a day. So probably with that, I mean, like it really helps with the productivities. It is proven, scientifically proven, and by statistically proven that by reducing the workload means that you can work more. But with Thailand, and it takes some time for people to understand and to plan out, because they never have, as I said before, skills to plan things out. It's not just only for the producers, but for every crew members. They need to kind of like change their mindsets a bit, which is going on right now in Thailand. It's going, and it's still in progress. And I think within like this 3 to 5 years, I think we will see like a big transition from trying to push things very hard, shoot 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, trying to push the people to their limits, to the point where the health become the concerns, to the point where I think that we can work within like certain international standards. But with that, it doesn't really comes with just by building a good mindset as well. It also needs to come with regulations, comes with educations. The education system needs to change as well, so that the people who study in film school, they go out and they will be able to to provide those supports. And we need to have to train more people to help. For example, that if you need to have someone who taking care of the actors or talents, individual talents, one-on-one, that means that we need to train more people to be able to support. And we have like around 200 projects going on every year in Thailand, series and films included. So with that, we need more people. That means we need at least 200 not 200, at least thousands of people that they will be able to take care of those talents. But do we have enough people yet? We need to train them up within these 3 to 5 years, and we need to kind of like build those ecosystems so that we need to have more trailers, people who support with the trailer cars. If we have more, that means there's like we have the competitive market. Then the price can go down. That the production can reach out, instead of like having one or two companies that can set the price by their own. See, so by building those things, it has to kind of like look in the big pictures, in the macro points, rather than each individual micro points or micro pain. But if you look in the big picture and we start strategize that, then we will have like kind of like a step-by-step process in which we can transition that, rather than trying to like, I want to have that by the end. And that's been going on for like last 10 years. That I want to have this, I want to have that, but we never strategize them. So if we strategize them a bit, we will have like, okay, this is the first steps. It will not get you to there, but this year we have this. Like for example, we have like now Thailand Actor Associations, which is not like the union yet, but is getting there. But at least we have the body that helps with trying to progress this further. And with that, we have step-by-step process.
Awesome. Mike, I want to jump back to you, switch gears a little bit. Let's say that there's someone in the audience today, or someone watching at home, or wherever they watch this on YouTube, who wants to become an actor, who has the talent and determination. Looking back on your career, what advice would you give them to make them not just famous here, but big internationally?
Don't come here as a trap.
Don't say that.
No.
Give us something.
You gotta set like a goal first, like where you want it to be in 5 years. That's what I always do. Like it doesn't matter if you come in the industry and then you become famous overnight, but you gotta always ask yourself like, what's next? Because these days, like everything, like it goes up and goes down like really fast. So you gotta always ask yourself like, what's next for me? After I got famous, what is next? Do I just keep doing the same thing over and over again, repeatedly until I fall, or do I step out of my comfort zone and just like take the risk and go out there and just like try to go international? Like when I first step out to China, I don't know what's gonna happen. I just take the risk, and it was worth it because that leads me to more projects in China, more fame, and globally actually, and also got to be in one of the Hollywood films too as well. So yeah, it was worth it. So, but one thing is like you need to set the goal because you need to know what you are doing it for, and that's what gives you the willpower. Or else like along the way you're gonna face a lot of like obstacles, which of course is gonna make you want to give up every day actually. But if you have like a legit goal, where what?
Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Yeah. I mean, I ask myself every day, like, what am I doing this for? But when I see like, okay, that's the goal. I see it. That's where I want to go. So I got the answer to my question. So that's what keeps me going and keeps me like trying to improve all the time. You can't just stop there. You can't just like, oh, I'm already famous. I'll just stop here. No, you can't.
You have to challenge yourself.
You have to challenge yourself every day, every time, like every project. There's always a challenge, and then you have to overcome everything.
Having a good fan club seems to help too.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Okay, Kunam, you're different from Mike in that you're just starting your journey now, and you're learning what it takes to transition from reality to become an actress. Can you walk us through your journey a little bit about the challenges that you're facing and how you're approaching it and how you want to overcome it because it's in progress?
So I think after being on the reality TV show, I think it helped open doors, but it's what you kind of do with it after. So I think after that, I just kind of put up a resume and then try to apply for agencies in London just to get it going. But so that's been my journey so far.
And acting lessons, acting coaches?
Yes, acting lessons in London and acting coaches as well. I did try to find here, but I didn't. I honestly didn't really know where to look, if I'm honest. So I would just look for courses in LA and London, and then I ended up choosing London.
And then did you want to try your hand at like local language, Thai language stuff, or is it?
I would love to. It's just I don't know if I have the local.
Sure you do. I guess that's more stuff that we can support aspiring actresses to build a foundation for them to succeed in the industry, right? I guess we're approaching that time where you want to talk about the next steps for Taka.
Well, I mean that it's actually related to what we are talking because of everything that all of us has been talked so far. Is all about us. It's come down to four things. When I start up my position here as the head of the subcommittee for this Taka Thailand Creative Culture Agency in charge of the films and series, what I do is that I have to dissect it down into all the problems and what's the problem. Can we categorize them into sections where we can work on it, and with that it comes down to four groups of people that we need to take care of. The first piece of people, or the first group of people is I call it the creators, including actors, including the teams behind the scenes. Those on the screen, behind the screens. Those people who works on the projects, and those who wants to create a good projects out of those films and series, documentaries, animations, or any long form narratives. These people are the one that we need to take care of. We need to train them more. We need to try to push them to their limits, so that they can progress further. Apart from that, the second group is the investors. Mike said it himself, is that if we have more budget, we'll have more things to do, but not in terms like we pay them directly. No, the government like only gives some like support fund, which is like not that many, like 8 millions, maybe 8 million US dollars, which is like 220 million baht, right? And it's not going to be like a big sum, but if the government keeps giving, that means that we wouldn't be able to sustain in the long run, because this is business. Business needs to grow, and you need to have more investors. How can we make people pay more so that Mike can get his trailer, or and Nam can get the person to take care of her. We have more directors who be able to shoot 10 hours a day or 8 hours a day, and the rest is just for planning out, focusing on things, finding a better location further away, so we can drive further, and those kind of things need investment. And how can we attract more investors? How can we structure them in structure like the better funding system that can support not just only from Thailand, because Thailand we only have 70 million people. We are like a middle income country, upper middle income countries, but we need to get more funding from United States, like you've been helping out, channeling a lot of cash into Thailand, right? So there will be more people funding us, and that's another part that we're taking care of. The third part is the government. We need to take care of the government people as well. Before, we used to be very the industry used to be very hostile towards the government, not just only from because of the political ideologies or stuff. No, not like that, but because we think that we are failed states. We never achieve what we need. We never support, but actually they want to support, but they never know how to do that. So we need to align those goals. If we want to set goal, like what Mike did said before, 5 years ago, how can we get the government people, all the government service to align with our goals or the industry goals for individual, so that they can build the team, the government teams that would be able to help you out in every way possible, in every facet of work. And that's another job that we have to do. And the last group, how can we support the audience? The K-pop used to bring like a newly formed band to Thailand and to make them famous. When they are famous, then other country in the region will pick this up as well. We will have more audience, and then they can go to China, and then to Europe, and then at the end towards the United States. If the Koreans can do that in Thailand, and why don't the Thai do the same? So the audience are one of the big parts that we need to try to make them like a quality audience, that they can support the actors, they support the team, support the production, and support everything. And all those things, all 4 things combined with all the policies that we are going to make. But if you want to know more, I have 5 minutes tomorrow that we're going to talk more about that. Please join us, the end ceremonies. I will talk about what we will try to do next year, but we have a lot more last year and the year before that. But as I said, it's still in progress, because it's not just like one size fit all problem solution things. That is consisted of many solutions, many policies, many change, not just only from us, but from the people in the industry as well. If you want to know more, tomorrow's the first day. Go downstairs, the TCX, the Thai Contents Experience show. That's another part that we want to show how we transform the industry towards the futures. And with those supports from Hunam, Mike's, and everyone talking here, and all these teams within the subcommittees and within the industry, we got a lot of support. Like hundreds and hundreds of companies has been helping us, forming a lot of good policies, a lot of good regulation laws, a lot of change. I wouldn't be able to say it all today, but into detail. But I hope that if you all follow the Facebook page, the subcommittee Facebook page, or TACA Facebook page, you will probably see how we work, and you can follow our progress there as well.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And thank you so much to the panel for joining us today. And hopefully we didn't do this in the wrong language. Thank you so much for joining us. And please stick around for the next panel. ขอบคุณครับ
ขอบคุณค่ะ